Welcome to The Explainer. So today, we're going to trace the incredible journey of our food, a journey that involves so much more than just soil and sunlight. We're diving into the massive business that operates behind the scenes, shaping our world from the ground up.
Have you ever really thought about it? That journey starts long before a seed ever hits the dirt and ends way after the harvest. It's this huge global network of businesses, technology, and finance all working together in what we call agribusiness.
So, what is it exactly? Well, agribusiness is the whole chain. It's everything. It's the companies making the seeds and fertilizer, it's the farms growing the crops and raising the animals, and it's the entire system of processing, packaging, and shipping that gets the final product to your grocery store.
Okay, so to really get our heads around this system, it helps to break it down into three main parts.
It all kicks off with what's called the input sector. Seeds, tractors, fertilizer, all that good stuff. Then, of course, you've got the farm sector itself, where the actual growing happens. And finally, the product sector takes the baton, handling everything from the grain silo all the way to the grocery store shelf.
Right, but here's the thing. None of this just happens. For any farm to actually succeed as a business, it all boils down to having a rock-solid plan. Take a look at this. This hierarchy of plans is basically the farm's strategic backbone. At the very top, you have the core mission, something like sustainably grow high-quality organic vegetables. And that big mission, it trickles all the way down to the nitty-gritty, like the daily budget for buying compost. See how that works? Every single decision flows from the one right above it. And the planning process itself, it's really just a logical journey, right? It's about spotting an opportunity, setting a crystal clear target, brainstorming all the different ways you could get there, weighing the pros and cons, and then boom, committing to the best path forward with a super detailed action plan. Okay, so all this planning is great, but it all leads to what is, let's be honest, the most critical part of any business, managing the money.
Just like any other business, a farm absolutely runs on a budget. And I love this quote here because it just nails it. A budget isn't just about counting pennies. It's a strategic roadmap that guides literally every financial move from planting all the way to selling. Now, a huge piece of building that roadmap is getting your head around the two main kinds of costs. First, you've got your fixed costs. Think of these as the price of admission, things like your land lease or insurance. You have to pay them no matter what. Then you have your variable costs, like seeds or fuel, and these are the ones that move up and down with how much you're actually producing. Getting this right, it's absolutely key to being profitable.
And farmers have a whole toolkit of different budgets for different jobs. A whole farm budget, that's your 30,000-foot view. An enterprise budget, though, that zooms way in on the profitability of just one thing like corn. A partial budget helps you make those what-if decisions, like does buying that new tractor actually make financial sense? And the cash flow budget, man, that one is vital for making sure you've got enough cash on hand to pay the bills week in and week out.
All right, so the crops are grown, the books are balanced, but the job is far from over. Now comes the next big challenge, getting that product from the field into the hands of, well, you and me.
This is where marketing steps onto the stage. And for ages, the classic playbook has been something called the marketing mix, or, as you see here, the 4 Ps. You can think of it as the secret recipe for getting the right stuff to the right people.
So first up is product. And this is so much more than just what you grow. It's about defining what makes your stuff special. Are we talking heirloom tomatoes? Grass-fed beef? Every little detail, from its organic certification to the way it's packaged, is part of the product itself. Next, you've got price. And let me tell you, setting the right price is a real balancing act. You've got to cover your costs, obviously, but you're also looking at what your competitors are doing, and this is the big one, what your customers believe it's worth.
Then there's place, which is really just a fancy word for distribution. How are you going to get your product to the customer? Selling at a local farmer's market is a totally different ballgame than trying to supply a huge national grocery chain or ship your goods overseas.
And last but not least, promotion. This is how you tell your story. Whether it's through a really cool brand, savvy social media, or building direct relationships with chefs, promotion is what makes you stand out in a seriously crowded market.
Okay, now here comes the real game changer. Every single one of these classic business steps we just walked through, planning, finance, marketing, is being totally rewritten by the force of technology.
What we're looking at here is nothing short of a technological revolution in agriculture. That's not just a field. It's a high-tech operation. This idea of precision farming is changing everything.
making farming more efficient and, honestly, more sustainable than it's ever been.
So what does that mean? Well, this tech uses tools like GPS, sensors, drones, you name it, to give farmers this almost microscopic view of their fields. They can apply the exact amount of water or fertilizer needed, literally plant by plant. And the results? They're huge. We're talking higher yields, way less waste, lower costs, and a much smaller environmental footprint.
And this slide just perfectly illustrates where this is all going. We're moving beyond just cool machinery into biotechnology. Innovations like PSI technology actually use natural stuff from seaweed to, believe it or not, send signals to the plants. It helps them use nutrients better and tough out stresses like a drought. It's targeted biological precision. Just amazing.
So, what's the big takeaway here? It's that agribusiness has completely transformed. It's not about plows and pitchforks anymore. It's this incredibly sophisticated, data-driven industry that pulls together strategic planning, sharp financial skills, and mind-blowing technology, all with that same fundamental mission, feeding the planet.
And that leaves us with one final thought to chew on. As this incredible fusion of business and science just keeps accelerating, what will our food's journey even look like tomorrow? What's going to be sitting on our plates in 10, 20, or even 50 years from now?
And support agriculture by following the channel to show the power of the support you give.